In this video, I'm just going to give an overview of Google Forms and how you can use it to self-mark. So if we go to Google Forms and click blank to start a new form, then we should get a blank form. And I'm just going to give the two options, so either a multiple choice question and also a short answer. So let's just call this test form. Let's call this test question multiple choice. We'll add another option. And I'm also going to put in a question which will have a short answer as a response. I'm going to change that over to short answer. Both of these are going to be required. So the first thing I want to talk through is quizzes. And this is the way of self-marking this form. So if I go into settings and I go into quizzes and I make this a quiz. So this will allow you to assign point values to questions and allow auto marking as it says underneath that title. Let's click save. Now what you notice that's popped up is this answer key. So if I go ahead and click on answer key, it tells me to choose correct answers. So let's say that option 1 is the only correct answer. Let's assign it a point value of 1 and let's add some answer feedback. So for the incorrect answers, I'm just going to say try looking at this again, and I can add a link if I want to there to a website or to a YouTube video. Similarly for correct answers, let's just say well done and save that. So there you see my two feedbacks for correct and incorrect answers. Let's click done on that. Now it is difficult for Google Forms to automatically mark short answer questions because it's hard for it to work out exactly which answer is correct, because what you've written in needs to be exactly the same as what the student writes in. So let's just have a look at that. Let's go into answer key. And let's say this question is, what is the main control center of the body? So I could add in a correct answer, brain. Now, it might be a good idea to add in some other correct answers, which students might also say. But again, it's going to be really difficult to get everything. And if a student says something that's not one of these four exactly as you've written it, it's going to mark it as incorrect or just not give it a mark. Let's assign it a point. So if you want it to mark all other answers as incorrect, tick that box. If not, it'll just leave it as unmarked in the responses. So let's just go and have a look at that and see what it does. So if I click done, and I go up to the little eye and I click preview, this will give me a view of what the student will see. So this is me responding to this form as if I was a student. Now I know that option 1 is correct, and I know that the answer should be brain. So let's just write that and click submit. Now it gives me my score straight back, and I should have 100%. We know I put those both right. So if I close that down, and let's submit another response, and let's try and get things wrong. So if I click option 2, and instead of brains, I'm going to put brains. Instead of brain, I'm going to put brains. So this one is now incorrect, and this one should be incorrect as well, because it's not exactly what I wrote before. Let's submit and view score. Yep, it gives me the correct answers. Unfortunately, that was not one of them, and it's automatically marked as incorrect. So you can see how issues could arise here. That is going to have to be exactly what you write down. So that's kind of unfortunate, and there's no way around that, unfortunately. One other thing that you could do, and it isn't self-marking, but it is similar, is that if we say something like, what is the main control center of the body? Now, instead of it being self-marking, we could put in response validation here. So what this means is that the student can't even submit the question without getting it right. So it'll be right, but they will have to have kind of gone away and learned the correct answer. So if I say text contains brain, then anything that they write in, as long as it contains that keyword, will be correct. And if they don't, let's just say try again. So let's have a look at what that looks like. I'm going to go back to my little eye and click preview. I'm going to get that one right. I'm going to get that one right. And I'm going to say my brain. Actually, let's get it wrong. let's say my if I try and submit, it's not right, so I can't even submit it. Those responses will not get recorded. It's not really marked, but it does allow you then to, your student will kind of go away, work out the correct answer, and then submit it. Again, if you view their score, we didn't add an answer key to the bottom one, so it doesn't contribute to the score. The other two we got right. In terms of the responses, you can go ahead and click on the responses tab. Your students can't see this, and you can see exactly what people have said, along with individual responses from who said it, and responses by question as well. If you need any support with this, or you have any questions, queries, or comments, just check out the link underneath this video.